Hey, so what's up, everybody? So it's a few days after the Titans Grand Prix, and we actually were able to get Godfrey Sironda on a call to do an interview with us. So without further ado, everybody, Godfrey Sironda, Godfrey, say hello to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
So Godfrey, I mean, people, you just pretty much kind of like popped out into the scene, but you did get your pro card last year at Miami Nationals. So tell us a little bit about that. Like, tell us about like what it took for you to get your pro card. Like, how many shows did it take you? And how you felt when you finally got it. I know you did get the overall Miami Nationals, but just tell us about like, you getting your pro card and how that felt and going into it in the process.
Oh man, I started competing 2013, and I did my first national show at the USA, and my placing it wasn't that well. My first national show, like I got bummed out
Yeah.
because I was doing so well in the local shows. So I thought at least I was gonna be at least maybe like the top 10 or something. And when I got there, I got destroyed. It really came down on me, and I shook it off. It made me even work out harder.
Yeah.
Chasing my goal, and then I went back again, 2014, to USA, fought for it, ended up with, being the top three,
Mm.
and
So you missed it by one, basically, right? Because yours
yeah, I
was
missed
top
it
two.
by.
Yeah.
Yes, Bird and Sean, they came in front of me,
Mm.
and those guys, I mean, I have so much respect for those guys. Like Sean, that guy's physique is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like it was great being next to those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but respect. Um, then after that, just keep the grinding. Went back to the chartboard and just train harder and harder. And I was supposed to do it again. I was supposed to go back again and do it USA, but I came up with like personal problem. My sister passed away, and right after I did my local show, like that day before doing the local show, that was we buried my sister on Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had to step on stage on Saturday. It was really tough.
Yeah.
And then everything didn't kick in until when I was about to get ready for the USA, and then I just I called it off, and I just took time off. Then I concentrated for the national Miami, and going there, like I was just training hard, like making sure, like at least take my class or be the top two. Like
Yeah.
I had to get my card.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know it was amazing. Like thank God to the guy upstairs. Like out of even right now, I can't believe it. Like I took that show Miami.
Yeah. No, and you know what? Miami's a really, really rough show. I mean, I've been there. I'm from Miami, so I know the kind of competition that goes out for that. And just the fact that you had to, stop doing USAs because of whatever happened. But at the end of the day, you came out, overall winner in Miami Nationals. So a one bad thing happened, but one amazing thing happened for you because of that. So I don't think it outweighed because of the problem, but I feel like the reward was much greater for you getting your pro card after the fact.
Of course, for sure. And to just round it up a little bit, I did compete in Miami. What year was that? I was on the same stage when Andre uh, Andre Ferguson turned pro, and Jomi Pop and turned pro. We did the same show,
Yeah.
and then I ended up. I was the top call out, so I placed like 14,
Okay.
and then it was just like seeing. I remember that day, like I was coming out from stage on the last the evening show, and then I just seen the fire on Andre Ferguson. He was just so excited. He's like, I want to take that trophy back home. I'm just like, man, this is exactly where I want to be, you know?
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
awesome. So after you got your pro card, you decided to do Tournament of Champions. So kind of tell us what happened at that show. It was like maybe like 4 weeks after you got your pro card, was it?
It was like a week and a half.
It was a week and a half. Okay, so I was thinking too much. So like what happened? Like you went into that show and how do you feel? What was the outcome of it?
The outcome of it, like, I went there, like, not to bring an excuse, but I don't think I was ready for it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And going there because I knew, like, just like, winning the overall in Miami, like, I wanted to make, come over there and at least be the top 5, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But those guys, I mean, like Johnny and all of them,
Yeah.
Look, so I knew what I was going against,
Yeah.
I got there. I mean, I thought I brought my good package, but those guys just brought it more than I did,
Mm-hmm.
I ended up getting destroyed. I was like almost dead. It was 11 guys, and then I ended up being almost like dead last,
Wow.
and that did not sit well with me at all.
No,
Like,
I mean, I don't think that sits well with anybody. I mean, I don't, and nobody wants to be, that far away from first,
yeah. So I just, I thought about it. I'm like, I fought for this for so long, and I mean, it didn't sit well, but every time I don't do well or I do well, it just makes me work harder,
Mm-hmm.
because I know what I'm going against. Like, at this level, there's no corner,
Yeah.
Either you go all the way in or you're not in,
Mm-hmm.
So I just went back to my grinding, and I talked to Coach Ryan Bison, and I told him, like, I need to improve my physique,
Mm-hmm.
and he was more than, welcoming me on his team. And from there was just, I go there. I mean, the guys, like, my biggest competition is my own team too, So we train together and pretty much like we compete together,
Yeah.
So you just, either you want it or you don't want it,
That's definitely true. I mean, you have to be in this to want it. You can't be in it just to be like, oh, I just want to compete or whatever. It's like there's a purpose for this, and and the purpose is to get on that O stage, and you gotta want it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like right now, like, I'm so happy that I won. But now, actually, I'm not even thinking about this win. I'm thinking about my next show, like what I need to improve,
Yeah.
because I know going after the all, I know that those guys, like, they're ridiculous, the size, the conditioning,
Yeah.
So I have to make sure that I bring out my best package for my next show and the next show after that until to the Olympia, and see what the outcome comes.
So now you went, of course, into the Titans Grand Prix. Now, one, like, why did you take such a long period of time to do that, to do a show? And second, why did you pick Titans Grand Prix?
Actually, I was planning to take like the whole year off because I seen it like I need to improve like my back, my fullness on my back, the conditioning, my doubt. I feel like my weakest on my body is my doubt. Bring out my doubt, my real doubt, and just like I didn't, after getting crushed for the another champion, I didn't just want to be another guy like standing there to those guys not being in the first call out.
Mm-hmm.
So I really wanted to bring my best package, but by far I thought that was my best conditioning that I brought to this show.
We were actually seeing pictures. Like Johnny was actually sending us stuff of you between prejudging and finals, and you were just looking ridiculous. Like you were actually getting tighter as the day was going on. Like, and we saw your face, like you're lit up. Like, how did you feel when you're like seeing that was happening, that we're just getting tighter and tighter?
Oh man, it was amazing. I mean, after the prejudging, when I ate the meal, my coach told me, and then like 2 hours later, seriously, I looked at myself and I was just getting like tighter and tighter, and I was like, "What's going on?" And then even like when I went up, when Johnny posted that picture, the guy was like, "What the heck did you do?"
Yeah.
So it was really exciting, just following what the coach was saying and just having faith.
Yeah.
I know it was tough on the evening. It was tough. I mean, it was a battle, between me and Freddie Moore and the Xavier's.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been competing with Xavier since 2013. Like I know that guy,
Yeah.
and he's always doing well. So it was an honor to be next to him again.
No, and that was cool. I mean, I had mentioned it before, between yourself and Stan and Xavier, that was a hard top three to judge because you guys all had like the same size. You guys were all just as conditioned and you guys were all just as full. So it was like a hard top three to judge between all three of you.
Right.
So like how do you feel about that? Like having that top three battle, like that was something that you probably been in for like the first time ever. So how do you feel going into that top three comparison?
It was great. I mean, me like and Freddie Moore, like we train at the same gym, so
Yeah.
we see each other. Like that guy, I mean, he just started, and then he earned his pro card, and then here he is, fighting with us. Like, I mean, he have an amazing physique. So was the rest of those guys. Um, I'm telling you, it's like I can't describe it. Like it being a battle, and here I am, like even like just talking to you live right now. It's like it's unreal.
So basically, like after you're pretty much done. You're going to be taking a time off, correct?
Not that long because I wanna jump on the Arnold.
Mm-hmm.
I wanna do the Arnold definitely, and then I wanna do the New York Pro too.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
how do you feel about like the whole new point system? I mean, you got into like one of the last four shows of the year that you could qualify by winning a show. Going into your next season, how would you feel about going into doing that new rule that you have to win by points to get back onto the Olympia stage?
Honestly, like I'm grateful that I got this out of the way, so I don't have to worry about it. But to be honest with you, I think it's a great idea. You know. So now you have to go against the best of the best. So you have to work twice harder than you used to.
Hmm.
And it was I feel like it was getting out of hand, like having like 30 guys on Olympia stage. It's way too much.
Yeah.
Like at this point, I really agree with this point decision. So if you make it up there, you did a hell of a job.
Yeah.
Even though if you're not the top 5 on Olympia, you worked your butt off to get there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I totally agree, and that's been debated, but I think that, with that rule, it's only going to bring out the best competition because, like what I've said, it's like, you fought your heart out to get there, and then once you get on the Olympia stage, you're going to fight your heart out again because you
Right.
fought to get there. It's a legitimate, like, I busted my ass and I got there.
Right.
So, I mean, other than that, man, we just want to thank you, for joining us today for this interview. We want to congratulate you again, winning the Titans Grand Prix and, of course, winning your qualification for the Olympia. Other than, Instagram, is there any other ways for people to find out where you're at, what you're doing, or just to even follow you?
Pretty much just Instagram, and I think I'm trying to open up to have Twitter too,
Hmm.
so it can just be another access. But it's, Facebook, just Godfrey Sironda. You can find me on my Facebook, but I'm just pretty much like Instagram. godfreyfit.com.
So what we'll do is that we'll actually end up posting all your links in the description in the video, so that wouldn't be a problem. So I believe that this wraps up our interview with Godfrey Sironda. Guys, just remember to like, comment, subscribe, and remember turn on your post notifications so you guys could get notified when new videos come out. Until next time, we'll see you later.